Alright guys, welcome back again to the channel. As usual, back to let you know some of the stories making the rounds right at this moment. Of course, Falcons versus Morocco in the Women's African Cup of Nations final is today. 9 p.m. is the time, and of course it's going to be very interesting. Everyone is looking forward to this match, because it's going to be a clash of the Titans. While a lot of people are holding Super Falcons rather on a high esteem and saying that they are the favorite for this one, I know it's going to be very difficult, because Morocco have been relentless, in the last Nations Cups. I think the last time they were the finalists, and now they are also trying to see if they can win the trophy. So they've been very relentless. They have a good team, even though not many superstars like the Super Falcons have individually, but I think they've been able to play good as a team, and also they have a coach who's very experienced, who has won a lot with Spain. So obviously that's going to help them too. But the Falcons of Nigeria are not lacking any sort of motivation, any sort of confidence going into this game. Of course, in the previous video I've talked about it. The coach, saying the mentality of the girls and how they want to win this trophy. Also, a couple of the guests came out to give some statements regarding this match. But it's going to go down tonight. In terms of preparation, they had their last, they've already had their last trainings, and everybody looks good. It doesn't seem like we have any injury issue whatsoever. Morocco side also do not look like they have any injury worries, whatsoever. So it's going to be a match whereby both teams will have their best players in form to play this game. But for the third place, that was actually played yesterday, where we saw South Africa being defeated in the penalty shootout by Ghana women's team. It was a heavily contested match, a very difficult one. I thought Ghana should have, been able to win that match in the regular time, because they had a lot of chances. They were just missing all the chances that they've got. At the end of the day, South Africa were the ones that punished them first, by scoring the opening goal. Well, that came due to a very, very big mistake from the Ghanaian goalkeeper, who I would say literally passed the ball to the attacker of the South African side. When they before, that actually led them to conceding the first goal. But then they fought back later on and then equalized, through an own goal. Went into extra time, nothing could decide it, and then they went into penalty, where the Ghanaian women's team showed how they're able to comport, and finish that one off. I think the end of the penalty that was 4-2 final score. So the Ghanaian team now have now won the bronze medal, and even though it's not what they wanted, they really celebrated it. The jubilation in their after that final whistle, that indicates that they won. It really showed how much they were happy about it. They were celebrating the coach himself, the Swedish coach, who goes by the name Kim Lars Björkenkring, who carried them to that feat. And talking about the coach came out after that match to to give his opinion about this final today. And what the coach is saying is that Super Falcons of Nigeria are really, really strong, and that he thinks that they are going to win this game. In fact, he said that even if we decide to use our second 11, that we still have more than enough squad to win the competition with our second 11. But in the end, he says that it's going to be very difficult. He praised Morocco for their ability to play together as a team, but he also said that, head to head, and from the recent start, the form that both countries are in, he thinks that the Super Falcons are going to win this one. So in his own words, he said, who will win? I think it's going to be an interesting game. They are a little bit different. I think maybe a potential more quality in Nigeria. I would say there are so many good players in Nigeria. Nigeria can probably play with a second team and also win the tournament with a second team. That's my opinion. But Morocco is a very, very organized side. So if Nigeria is not showing up, then Morocco will win. But my feeling is that they are going to do it, and I put $1 on Nigeria. So that is the statement from the Ghanaian coach Kim Lars Bjorgen, who won the third place position yesterday. I know, just like I said before, a lot of people are tipping Nigeria to win, but this is no this shouldn't give the girls any room for being complacent. It shouldn't give them any room to relax and feel like, hey, we are the favorite, so of course we don't even have to put in the effort. No, that's going to be a bad idea. That's why I think people should not be praising the girls as a favorite, because obviously that can get in way over your head and you kind of lose focus on what you're supposed to do. But it's also interesting, to see that the girls are not exactly being, they are not even listening to what's happening, as what's it called? Jennifer Chegini said the last time that they are shutting off social media, shutting off the outside noises. They are not even listening to what people are saying. That they are only focused on themselves and their tactics. What they plan to do and how they can prosecute it tonight. So that's definitely a good news from the camp of our team. So in the camp of the Super Falcons, there's one very talented player that we just recently invited into the squad, Choma Okafor. That's her name. She decided to reject the opportunity to play for Malawi and jumped onto the call to play for Nigeria. And she could potentially be in line to make her debut for the Super Falcons of Nigeria, at some point in this final. And she's now expressed, the joy to be part of the team, that are vying to win this trophy. And she also gave a reason why she made that decision to play for Nigeria against playing for Malawi. The backstory is her mother is actually from Malawi, and then her father is from Nigeria. She was born in Malawi, but later on the family moved to USA where she grew up and started playing football. So technically, she was eligible to play for either Malawi, Nigeria, and then USA. So in the end, she decided to pick Super Falcons, and she has now said that the reason why she did that was because she considered what would be the best scenario for her career. She really loves football. She wants to develop herself. She wants to get to the heights, and she said that it was a very difficult decision. That she really loved Malawi a lot. I think she spent some time there playing football as well. Under the lower age grades. But at the end of the day, she said she had to pick Nigeria because of the exposure that she's going to get. Playing with quality players who are even more talented than she is. She wants to learn from them. She wants to uh, represent in international competitions because Nigeria can give you that opportunity. In big stages when you actually have that ambition. So that's what she said is the reason why she decided to go for Nigeria. Of course, it's going to be interesting to see whether she makes her debut in this game. But at the end of the day, the coach is going to pick his best formation. I don't think it's going to change too much from the team that has been winning all of the games, recently. So we'll just wait and see. More updates going to come out. The formation will definitely be coming out in the next couple of hours, and then we'll see who makes the lineup.